All right, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'll say it again. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Family Morning Transformation with yours truly, DMP Speaks. I'm so glad to be with you on this morning. I'm so glad that you're doing well. I hope that your family is doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I am a empowerment speaker, a Christian counselor, and a family restoration specialist, a family coach. I come to help you rebuild and grow your family dynamic. And I believe every family deserves transformation. A lot of times we have to learn how to not just move on, but we have to learn how to forgive, have hope, and build reconciliation. So, with that, welcome to Family Morning Transformation. Listen, guys, I have a great topic that I want to talk about this morning, and I need you guys to do me a favor before we get started. I need you to share this live with someone. I need your comments this morning. I want your questions because, again, this is just not me talking. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you have to say, whether you agree with me or not. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to have a discussion piece. So some of these lives are going to look a little different at times. My podcast, and I'll get into that toward the end of this live. I have it tonight, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But I want to start having a little bit discussions. I'm going to start having some people in the morning. I'm going to start posing some questions and some polls and some information throughout the week, just to help you shine light on family dysfunction and family problems and disconnection and all those things. And why am I doing that? Because I've been called to do it. I've been called to do it and I want to do it and I want to help your family succeed. It is so important for you all to start succeeding. So, what I want to talk about this morning, and please, guys, please do me a favor, share, share, share. I need you to share. I need you to share. What I want to talk about this morning is um, why do kids isolate from their parents? I had it as so quickly, but I took off so quickly. But I started thinking about why do they just isolate themselves in general? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever pondered that? Why does your children, why does your child, why does your grandchild, why do they isolate themselves? Now, when we think about a child isolating themselves, something is wrong, right? Something is really wrong. Something happened. Something was said to them. Um, Something transpired that hurt them, and so they stopped talking. That communication piece is not there anymore. Something happened, right? Something really strong happened. A lot of kids will stop talking, stop communicating, stop having conversations with you, saying good morning, saying good night, having anything to really say. I always wanted to go to their room. A lot of kids are dealing with embarrassment. Maybe they had a situation at school and they got bullied, or they did something and they got embarrassed and they don't want you to know. They're hiding something. That's another thing. They're hiding some issues. They're hiding some problems. They're hiding some things. Maybe they took a sip of something. Maybe they took a smoke of something. Maybe they went somewhere and they told you they were going somewhere else and they didn't go where exactly they told you that they were going to go. And they're hiding something. They're angry. They're angry with you, or they're angry with your husband, or they're angry because a loved one left, or they're angry because they can't go certain places, or they're angry because they feel like you treat them like a child, or you mistreat them and you don't care about them and you don't listen to them, you don't hear them. They could be confused. That's why they isolate themselves. They can be confused on who they are. And I'm not talking about the whole, and I'm going to say this, I'm not talking about their sexual identity, because and I'm going to say this, I feel like a lot of times and this has nothing to do with the topic. I need to talk about this. You're teaching something that you might believe in, but that doesn't mean that's what you should be teaching children in school. I'll digress. I'll digress. But confusion, because the confusion I'm talking about, the confusion is, who are they? They don't know who they are because they don't know who their identity is. They don't know where they should be going. They don't know what they want to do. So there's confusion. Maybe the parents are affluent, okay? And maybe you're an affluent, you're a high profile person. Maybe you're a doctor or you're a lawyer or you're a bishop or a pastor or you're somebody important in the community and around the city, and you travel and you do all these amazing things and you're connected, and they're trying to live up to that. So there's a confusion. They feel like they have to be just like you in order to be for you to be proud of them. There's blame. They're blaming you for their hurt. They're blaming you for their pain. And that's why they're isolating you. Like I said, no identity of self, their self esteem, their esteem of themselves, if you want to put it, it's so low. So they start to isolate themselves. The confidence that they're supposed to have, they don't have it. Come on, I know I'm hitting some places when they isolate, they don't have it. Now, why am I going through all of these things? Because a lot of your children are dealing with this, or even worse, and they're isolating themselves. Again, a lot of them are isolating themselves because they're covering up something that is wrong, something that's going on internally. Not always out in the exterior, but there's something internally that's going on. And they're isolating themselves from you because they know that you can read them. Let's keep it a book this morning. It's not going to take me long to get through this. They know that you can read them when something's wrong, so they isolate themselves because you're a good parent. They'll just call you nosy, but they know that you're a good parent, right? But they isolating themselves, or you did something, or you said something, but they're isolating themselves because they know how they feel and they don't want to express that at that time. They don't want to deal with it. Let's be honest. You were like that. Some of you were like that. You didn't want to deal with certain issues. So when your mom or your dad came around, you didn't want to deal with it. You didn't want to deal with the feelings. You didn't want to deal with the emotions. See, children, this is what I wrote. Children at times don't want to uncover pain because the facts and the truth, that hurt that they're dealing with, they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with the fact of they have to put time and effort to talk about something that's paining them, that's making them feel uncomfortable. So that instead of them talking about the pain, talking about the disappointment, they'll isolate themselves in the room. They won't eat with you anymore. They won't watch their favorite show with you. They won't play that game. They won't go anywhere. I just want to go home. I'm sick. Yeah, and it's not always physically sick. They're mentally sick. They're emotionally sick, and that's why they're not talking with you. You're doing all that you can. You're sitting on their bed, you're knocking on their door, you're getting them their favorite treat or a favorite food, trying to take them to the mall, you're trying to do stuff with them, you're trying to take them out to the mall and movies and do all these great things, but they don't want to do it. And you're saying, man, what did I do? Sometimes it's not all that what you have done. Yeah, and that's another thing. Somebody said, I never wanted to hurt or afraid that I would lose their love as a parent. Yes, sister, yes, because you don't want to lose that. Come on, come on. Let's be honest, everybody. Good morning, good morning. You don't want to lose that love. You don't want to lose that connection because sometimes that's all you have when you have your child. At times, not everybody's situation, but some people's situation, you don't want to lose that. So they rather cover up or they rather isolate themselves so they don't want to have to talk about it. And I'm gonna tell you some other things. Let me give you another example. Let's be honest. Let's be open today. Let's be interactive, like my sister did. Come on, give me some other pieces. What other things that you feel? And I'm gonna give you some. What other things that you feel that they might isolate from? Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. We going somewhere. I told you every transformation day is different. So I want to give you this while you're putting this in the comment section. Divorce. That's a huge one for children. Divorce can make them isolate. Listen, I can't. I'm gonna have to take glasses on. I'm being so serious. I can't imagine what some of these kids deal with when both parents have divorced. I'm actually going to be doing a podcast or maybe my radio show, or I'm going to have some people on talking about this. I might do this next week or the week after. But look for that. Divorce and dealing with children's emotions and feelings. I can't imagine. I can't imagine, God forbid, if my parents, my wonderful parents, my father that's in heaven now, my mother's still here pushing, love you, mom, if they would have divorced and how it would have affected me and my sister. I'm just thinking about it now, how I would have turned out. I would have been very angry with both of them, even though I love them so much. I can't imagine if this is your situation, what your child might be feeling right now. They don't have their father in their lives in the house anymore, or they don't have the mother in the house anymore, but they're isolating. Abuse. I know I'm going heavy today, but abuse can isolate them. Disappointment, as we stated, can isolate them. Mistreatment can isolate them. But one of the things I want to talk about really quickly is not being heard or valued. That's one of the most hurtful things that a parent or guardian can do when that child feels they're not being heard, they're not being respected, and they're not being valued, they're not being loved. Somebody put in my sister put in the comments, she said, then I found God and he taught me to speak in loving kindness. Yes. And she said, family togetherness is hard, but worth the work. Woo. Sister, that's heavy. I'm gonna read that again. She said, family togetherness is hard, but worth the work. I'm gonna have to give you some credit for that. Family togetherness is tough. Building up your family connection is tough. It's work. You just gave me a whole nother topic. I ain't going to say it out loud, but you gave me a whole nother topic because it is because children that isolate themselves, that is tough to get them to talk again. To get them, I'll give you another one. Trust. And that's not even on my notes. Trust. When they don't trust you, when they have lost trust in you, that's a hard thing to get back, but that's work. It's work. I'll say it again. It's work. You got to. I'm just writing something down because I just remember my thought here. It is work, y'all. It's not for the weak at heart. It's work. It's work. The communication is non-existent. I could go on and on and on. But let me say this. Your child doesn't have to continue in this isolation. Your child needs to be transformed. How can you get your child to talk? You got to find out what's going on. I'll say it again. You got to find out what's going on with your child. They might feel like you bugging them, but when you care, and I know that you care, and I know you want to know what's going on, and and I know you want to fix it, but sometimes you can't just fix it with words. Sometimes you just got to love on them. Like our sister said, loving kindness have I drawn them. Because that's what the Father does with us. And that's a lot of times we got to do with our own children. We got to just love on them, even when they're isolating themselves, even when they don't want to talk. We got to be able to love on them, y'all. I mean, true love, love that hurts. Whew. See, I feel that strong. Whoa. Love that hurt. I got to write that down, y'all. Love that hurts. And I'm done. But let me say this to you, and I'm done. We have to be able to work on, you got to be able to work on, and I'm going to come back to this another time. We're going to do a part two this in the morning, or maybe on the podcast. We'll see. But isolation hurts. Not only does it hurt the child, it hurts you. But let me say this, your relationship with your child doesn't have to stay the same. It doesn't have to remain the same. There is hope. There is reconciliation. That's why I said about that in the beginning. I want to show you how you can work on this relationship. I want to show you how to take the steps to communicate with your child or your grandchild or even your adult child in a better way. And the way that you can do this, if you go to my bio and you click on the link and sign up for your free 30-minute consultation call, I will do all of my power to show you how to get your child back into your loving arms, because that's exactly where they should be. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Listen, catch me tonight. I'm doing part two of a two-part series of why it's important to have both parents in the home. Today is part two. Tonight is part two. At 9 p.m., I'm going to be live, 9 p.m. for the Better Podcast. I'm sorry, because I'm thinking about the radio show. The Better Podcast at 9 p.m. tonight. I'm going to show you that information, and I'm also going to show you some other information when it comes to my family reconnection program. But guys, thank you so much. I will see you in the morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you guys. Take care.